Hey, I'm Asparsh. For the last 2 years, I've been working with the Citrix Cloud Native team, focusing primarily on the Citrix Ingress controller. In this session, we'll be talking about how we can autoscale Kubernetes deployments with the help of metrics provided by Citrix ADC. Let's have a quick look at the agenda. We'll start off by understanding why autoscaling is important, followed by types of autoscaling in Kubernetes with a closer look at horizontal pod autoscaler, which is HPA in short. Next, we'll talk about custom metrics, why do we need it, how we can use it, closing that with a demo. Similarly, we'll have a look at external metrics. Finally, we will end the session with a quick look at the metrics provided by Citrix ADC. So let's begin by talking about what is autoscaling and why is it important. Autoscaling is the ability of a system to adjust the amount of computational resources based on load. The amount of resources should be reasonable, by which I mean an amount that will allow it to run as we expect, but is at the same time not wasteful. Having a scalable system in place helps in solving many problems. Firstly, traffic spikes can be handled smoothly. Many applications can receive unexpected amount of load at any point, which can lead to its outage. So autoscaling can detect such spikes and automatically add resources, hence improving the availability of the application. Now, one way to deal with the availability problem is to start off by giving a huge amount of resources to the system itself. While it will handle traffic spikes, it won't be very cost effective. Autoscaling can help in reducing costs in such cases. Finally, it will make the maintenance of system easier because it will involve less human intervention. And we already have thousands of pods running in our cluster. Any automation will only improve the maintainability of the system. Coming to the types of autoscaling in Kubernetes. Kubernetes provides us with 3 types of autoscaling. We'll be focusing on the first one here, but here are the differences between them. First, we have the horizontal pod autoscaler or HPA. What this means is, in order to cover our demands, we increase the number of replicas of our application. HPA is particularly important because although there is vertical for autoscaling, where we increase the individual size of replicas, it becomes impractical to scale beyond a certain size. Because even though we have huge servers out there with terabytes of RAM, even those hit some physical limit and at some point become impractical to scale. So what we often focus on is horizontal scaling, where we can simply add new instances to our infrastructure. In the end, we have cluster autoscaling, which is horizontal autoscaling, but for Kubernetes cluster. Since we are talking about application deployments, we will not be looking at it in detail. Now that we know a thing or two about horizontal scaling, let's start by understanding the basic flow with an animation. Let's say we have 3 replicas of a deployment and all of them are running with really high CPU usage. If the load on or traffic increases, there will be no capacity within the pods to handle it. So, in this case, we would probably like to start a new pod so that this new pod can respond to some of the traffic. This will reduce the average load on the deployment, making more space for future traffic spikes. Now, let's say after some time the traffic reduces, hence reducing the load on these pods. The resources consumed by these pods are now getting underutilized. If we remove one of the pods, the utilization will be first of all efficient. Secondly, the remaining 3 pods will have enough resources to be able to handle any future spikes. All in all, we'll be able to use resources very efficiently, which is actually the final goal of HPA. Now that we have gone through how an HPA should function, it is clear that HPA needs some metrics to work with. It could be CPU usage as seen in the previous animation, or other metrics depending on the application we're talking about. So let's see, why do we need custom metrics? By default, CPU usage, more specifically CPU percentage, and memory were the only metrics available for users to scale with. While this is theoretically possible, it's very impractical. Some applications may be able to make use of these default metrics, but it's really hard to calibrate it. Say a 10% CPU usage of container is responding to 100 requests per second, and at 20% CPU usage, the same container is responding to 200 requests per second. This information cannot be used to extrapolate and say that at 30% CPU usage, the same container will respond to 300 requests per second. It may consume around 35 to 40% CPU to serve these 300 requests. In such situations, custom metrics play a pivotal role in making a more accurate scaling decision. So Kubernetes came up with a support for custom metrics API on which metrics can be exposed so that HPA can use it. Because Kubernetes is largely a microservice environment where communication between the microservices is done using APIs, it becomes imperative to scale applications based on the number of requests being made to a service rather than the CPU usage. Citrix ADC, which sits between the client and the application, load balancing the client requests, has a rich set of metrics at its disposal, which can be provided to HPA via custom metrics to autoscale application deployments. Before we get into the demo, let's have a quick look at the topology and the role of each component. Here's a list of components that we'll be using for the demo. Let's understand the role of each component by mapping it to the topology present here. We are deploying a two-tier model of Citrix ADCs. The tier 1 VPX is load balancing the CPX deployment, and the CPX pods in tier 2 are in turn load balancing the application. A Prometheus and Prometheus adapter and an HPA controller for CPX deployment are also being used. We are using Prometheus adapter because Prometheus is widely being used in the monitoring system of most of the Kubernetes clusters. We already have Citrix metrics exporter scraping metrics from Citrix ADC and sending it to Prometheus. So now we only have to make Prometheus adapter listen to the custom metrics requests from the HPA and respond to it with metrics from Prometheus. So as already mentioned, Citrix ADC VPX is present in tier 1. Then we have Citrix ADC CPX deployment in tier 2. Citrix Ingress controller is listening to all the Ingress resources on the cluster and configuring the ADCs accordingly. Since the Citrix ADC VPX is an instance-based ADC and it sits outside the cluster, the Citrix Ingress controller is a standalone one which is configuring the VPX with the Ingress resources. The Citrix ADC CPX has a sidecar Citrix Ingress controller. Now that we have familiarized ourselves with the components, here is how the autoscaling will take place. The exporter will provide metrics to Prometheus. Whenever the HPA needs this metric, it will poll the Prometheus adapter, which will get the metrics from Prometheus. And as soon as the load crosses a particular threshold provided in the HPA, the CPX deployment will be autoscaled and a new pod will be deployed. This new pod will again be getting load balanced by the VPX that we have in tier 1. This is the algorithm that HPA uses when autoscaling deployments. For example, if the current metric value is 200 and the desired value is 100, the number of replicas will be doubled. All the files for the demo are present in the GitHub repository link below. Feel free to follow along. Okay, so this is our GitHub repo with all the demo files. Let's start by cloning this to our cluster. This contains two folders, one for custom metrics and one for external metrics. Let's get into the custom metrics folder. Alright, so the cluster that we have here has 3 nodes and currently it does not have any pods running. Let's start by looking at the HPA YAML quickly. And here we see that in the spec section, we are trying to autoscale the CPX Ingress deployment as mentioned here. Then we have defined a minimum and maximum number of replicas. The HPA will make sure that the number of replicas is at least 1 for CPX Ingress and it does not exceed the number 3 even when the metric is very high. So this is the limit that we are setting to the maximum number of replicas. Then we have the metric section where we have defined which metrics does the HPA have to look at. In this case, we are using the Citrix ADC HTTP request rate and the target average value is set to 50. Whenever the target average value is beyond 50, we will see a new CPX pod. We also have the values YAML for the Prometheus adapter Helm chart, where we are exposing all the metrics of Citrix ADC with this entry in the rules section of the values.yaml. So here we are saying that all the metrics which have Citrix ADC underscore as their prefix should get exposed. By the way, we need to make changes to values.sh where we need to set the VPX IP, VPX VIP, and the VPX username. So these three are the values for the VPX that we're using. Okay, now that we have set the values.sh file, let's start by creating all the deployments and services. We can do that simply by using create_all.sh. Okay, looks like everything has been created. Let's have a look at what we have created here. First, we have the NSLogin sequence, which will be used by Citrix Ingress controller for the VPX so that it can log in to the VPX and make Nitro calls. Then we have the Prometheus and Grafana deployments along with its services. We'll be using Grafana to see the metrics chart on the Grafana dashboard. After that, we have deployed the Prometheus adapter Helm chart. Then we have the services and deployments of the application itself. Next, we have the Citrix Ingress controller and the CPX along with two ingresses, which will be consumed by CIC for the VPX and CIC for the CPX. Okay, so by now all the pods will be up and running. Yes, all the pods are running. Let's go and configure the Grafana dashboard on the Grafana service. Let's log in with the default credentials. Okay, first we have to add a data source. In this case, we'll be adding a Prometheus data source. Let's test this out. It's working. Now we can add a dashboard where we'll be looking at the metrics. In this case, we have uploaded a dashboard on our GitHub page. So let's just simply copy it from here. Okay, so as we can see, the HTTP request rate dashboard is present here, and currently we are not seeing any traffic for this particular Citrix ADC CPX. We can also see the pod name here. All right, and now that we have set everything up, we can try sending traffic and have a look at the HPA also. As we can see, the HPA is currently saying that there's no traffic. So the current traffic is well below the target. Now let's try sending the traffic. To send the traffic, we have this traffic.py file where we are sending the traffic to guestbook.com, and we can give any request, any number of requests per second. But for that, we'll have to set our etc host file. So let's just go and set that. It's already set to the value that we need. Okay, so let's try sending some traffic which is below the threshold. In this case, let's try sending it at 35 requests per second. And if we put a watch on HPA, the HPA should be able to detect that. Similarly, we should also see a traffic spike here. Yes, as you can see, right now it's 10. I think in the next 5 seconds, it'll reach 35. Yes, as we can see, we have reached 35. But we won't see here also, as we can see, the HPA has detected that the traffic has reached 35. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll try to stop the traffic and try sending traffic which is beyond 35. Let's say beyond 50. Let's say we'll send traffic at 60 requests per second. This should also ideally be detected by the HPA, as well as we should see a traffic spike here on the Grafana dashboard. Yes, as you can see, the traffic rate has gone up to 60. The HPA has also detected that. We should see the HPA auto scale to 2 replicas, and it has initiated the request for adding another replica for CPX deployment. We can see it here. As you can see, a new CPX ingress pod has been created, which should be up and running in no time. Yep. And we have, as you can see, the new CPX ingress YAML has also come up. So now, as we can see, we have 2 lines here, one for 60 and one for 0. Currently, the second one has not received any traffic. So VPX will be load balancing the incoming request between these two CPX pods. Yeah, now as we can see, both of them are now receiving traffic, and the HPA has registered that now there are 2 pods. It has also increased the number of replicas here, and the average is below 50. Now, as soon as we stop sending the traffic, they should go down to 0. And after 5 minutes, which is the scale down time or the cool down time of HPA, the number of replicas will go down to 1, which is the minimum number of replicas that the HPA should maintain. Yeah, as you can see, the number of the traffic has gone down to 0. The number of replicas has gone down to 1 after 5 minutes. Now we should have only one CPX pod. Yeah, as you can see, the other CPX pod is terminating, and there's just one CPX pod here. Okay, so this is how we use custom metrics from CPX. If you want to look at other metrics present, we can quickly go through that. Yeah, so as you can see, there are so many metrics, but we were using the Citrix ADC request rate here. You can use any one of them. We will visit this in our last slide. To delete all the resources that we have deployed as part of custom metric, we just need to run the delete all .sh script, which should delete all the pods. As you can see, all the pods are now in the terminating stage and should get deleted. Okay, so now let's head back to the PPT. Next, we'll see external metrics. With custom metrics, we have solved the problem of auto scaling on metrics coming from pods that we want to scale. In our use case, this is useful when we want to auto scale the Citrix ADC CPX deployment itself. When we want to auto scale the application being load balanced, we will need to get the metrics from ADC and use it to auto scale the application deployment. This is where external metrics API helps. HPA can be configured to make use of these metrics coming from Citrix ADC CPX pod and use it to auto scale the front end application seen in the previous demo. Here the topology is slightly different. We have moved from a 2-tier architecture to a single tier one. So we only have one Citrix ADC CPX load balancing the application. The flow still remains the same. Citrix metrics exporter provides metrics to Prometheus. Whenever the HPA needs a metric, it will get it from the Prometheus adapter, which will in turn get it from the Prometheus pod. Whenever the limit is reached, a new pod is created. Alright, let's see a demo for this. Again, files are present in the same GitHub repo. Okay, so now for the demo for external metrics, let's head into the external metrics folder. Here again, we have a similar fashion in which we'll deploy everything. Let's look at values.sh. In this case, we don't have any VPX, so we don't have to set any values from the start. We can simply run the create all.sh script. Okay, now while the pods are getting created, let's have a look at the HPA YAML. Okay, as we can see, this time we are not auto scaling the CPX ingress deployment. In this case, we are auto scaling the front end deployment, and the minimum number of replicas right now is 3, and the maximum number of replicas is 6. Also, the metric that we'll be using again is the same, which is HTTP request rate, and this time the target value is average value is 20. So now as we are already running 3 replicas, so the total request rate per second that this deployment can handle is 60 at one time. As soon as we start sending requests above 60, it should auto scale. All right. Again, we have the Grafana dashboard, and all the pods should be running now. Yes, as we can see, all the pods are now running. We have the Grafana dashboard again. Let's go and set it up. This is the port. Okay, we have imported the same dashboard from the previous custom metric demo. But this time we won't see any increase in the number of CPX ingress pods. The CPX ingress pods will remain the same, but we can see the traffic here increase and decrease. All right. Now let's look at the HPA. As you can see, the current average value is 0 for the incoming traffic. Let's try watching on it. Okay, so now let's first set up our host file. Since we're using the CPX service to reach the front-end application, we'll have to set the port also here in the traffic Python file. Let's set it here. Okay, so now that we have set all the required files, let's try sending traffic at 40 requests per second. And since it can handle 60 requests per second, the 40 requests per second should not be an issue. Okay, as you can see, we have reached the 40 mark, and this is also detected it, but we don't see any increase in the number of replicas. We still can work with 3 replicas itself in this case. Okay, so now let's try sending traffic which is beyond the average that we have here. So let's try sending traffic at around, let's say, 80 requests per second. Okay, as you can see that the metrics request rate has gone up to 80, and our HP has detected it and also increased the number of replicas to 4. We should see 4 front-end pods now. Yes, we can see that this new pod has been created 38 seconds ago. Let's stop the traffic now. And again, after 5 minutes, like we saw in the custom metric before, the pods should downscale to 3 replicas again. Okay, that's it from the external metric side. To delete all the resources created by this, by the create all.sh script, we can execute the delete all.sh script and we should be good. Yeah, as you can see, all the pods are now terminating. Okay, so now let's head back to the PPT. Finally, now that we know about custom metrics and external metrics, let's talk about metrics provided by Citrix ADC. These metrics can be classified into 3 categories. This is just a glimpse of some of the commonly used metrics for autoscaling. In the link given below, we can see an exhaustive list of metrics which can be used. This gives users a granular control when autoscaling deployments so that better decisions can be made. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.